I think it's a little bit weird when like men be like, oh, I don't want to approach the girl because I don't want her to think I'm weird or creepy. Men can't approach women anymore. The Me Too movement ruined it. But it's like, do y'all not, like, it really just shows that before they were being like weird. Like, do you not know how to approach a woman? Not even a woman, just a person. Like, you don't have to be weird and creepy. You can just be like, hey, how you doing? And then take the hint and leave if they don't like it. Like, you can still approach people. It's just the fact that you guys do it very weirdly. On top of that, like, the approach will be good and then you'll get rejected. And then it's like, it's met with violence, like verbal violence. Like, oh, now I'm fat. Now I'm a slut because I don't want to be with you. Or like, I don't want to talk to you. Or I don't want to drink this drink that you just handed me. Like, it's not a slippery slope. It's like, what the hell? And that's why y'all don't get no bitches now. Cause, you're not approaching women. Like, you can still approach a woman. Just don't be weird. Like, that's not hard to do.
Okay, unpopular opinion, but I get why men don't approach women in public anymore. Like, I get it. I've seen videos of men approaching women and women can just be so rude. Like, I get if you have a boyfriend. I get if you're not interested. But, like, look out for us. Because that moment that you reject him in the worst way, it's just like he's never going to do it again. And I hate that for us.
Okay, I don't know what's going on, and somebody please tell me if you know, but like men no longer approach women, right? Like you'll be somewhere and you'll catch a homie like staring at you, right? From across the room. Leave that vicinity and never say anything to you. And then somehow, some way, find a way to pop up on you, whether he knows you or not, and hint at maybe having some kind of interest in you. And then it's like, what am I supposed to do with that? Like, what is this?
The thing, girls love to complain that guys don't make the first move anymore, whether that's in person, whether that's on Raya, whether that's on Cuffed, whether that's in Trader Joe's, you name it. Guys aren't approaching girls like they used to, like once upon a time. Get this. Guy will have the balls to approach a girl in public, and the girls are so mean to them for no reason, just because they don't think he's cute. I'm not saying you have to give your number out to any guy that approaches you. If you're wanting men to be more comfortable approaching women in public, you have to be nicer to them. Give them the time of day. You know, like boost the morale, boost their confidence, so shoot them down and you're a bitch to him that he'll actually go approach another lady out in public. A systemic issue for men not having the confidence to approach women in public anymore. And though I get it, if I was a man, I would not want to approach a girl in public and her be a bitch to me because man, that shit sucks. I think we all need to be a little bit nicer sometimes. But yeah.
Little piece of advice for the guys. If you see a girl in the bar or out in public and you have interest in her, go up to her. Say hi. Introduce yourself. Not in a creepy way, just in a normal way to get to know somebody. Because I can tell you right now, every single time I've gone out with a girlfriend to go hang out, not a single guy has ever approached me. Well, I take that back. I had like one 70-year-old guy who was like crazy old and drunk and smelled like weed and all that stuff. But normal people, guys, where are y'all? Like, where y'all at? Like, it's not that hard to say hi and start a conversation. I promise you. There's girls like me who do not want a roster. We just want to get to know somebody, hang out, and if a connection happens, great. And if not, oh well. It'll happen when it happens. I don't know. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. Like, am I unapproachable? Like, what am I doing? I don't get it.
Okay, here are some of my theories why men don't approach women in public. Okay, number one, I think they have had a super horrible, traumatic experience with like literally one woman. Like one woman really did them so dirty that traumatized them moving forward. Like they can't even move forward because they're still so hurt from the past one experience that they're moving from a place of hurt and not from like a healed perspective. 2, men have a very sensitive ego. And they rather protect that ego from it getting bruised just a little bit, just simply by a rejection from a woman, than to actually go and pursue something. Okay, and 3rd point. Men have it way too easy now with all the dating apps and Instagram and sliding into someone's DMs. Like, why would they want to do that in public when they can just choose the easy way out and do it through social media behind a screen?
Hi ladies. This is for like Minneapolis metro suburbs girls because I currently cannot find a man or just like a normal date to save my life. What is up with the men in Minneapolis? Why are they so entitled? One, they're not even that cute. Two, I don't want to settle. And if they're not attractive and their personalities fucking suck, they're not funny, I'm not doing it. Like, where are we finding good men? Like, serious. Where are we finding them? I don't want to go sit at Maynard's and have some weirdo walk up to me who is dressed in all Tommy Bahama. Like, that's just not my thing. But I also, like, I need to find out what you girls are doing, because all the time when I'm in the North Loop, I see hot women walking with hot men. Like, where? Help me, please.
I really can't deal with the girls are scary. This is part 85 of Harsh Sister Advice, where I explain things to men as if they're my brother. Even if we are scary, what are you gonna do about it? Are you gonna hide under your bed for your whole life? Or are you gonna face your fear, overcome it, get out there, and meet a good woman? There's really no excuse for not shooting your shot and not starting a conversation with someone that you think might potentially be a good match for you. What are you so scared of? Rejection? Hearing, "I'm sorry, I'm not interested." Or her friend walking up and saying, "Sorry, she has a boyfriend." Or her giving you a dirty look and walking away. Like, think of the worst possible scenario of a girl rejecting you. It's probably still not that scary. And no girls can be mean. Trust me. Start practicing rejection therapy. If you need to purposely go up to women that you think are out of your league, it'll help you get out of your own head and face your fears, then do it. Come back for more Harsh Sister Advice.
Dating in Vancouver is the problem. Like, what do you mean I've been in Bali for 2 weeks and I've been asked out on 3 dates? And in Vancouver, they just couldn't care less. And it's not even that the guys aren't interested in Vancouver. Like, they'll tell their friends they are, but they just won't make the move. Like, they want the women to make the move. Like, no, sir, I'm sorry. I'm not going to ask you out and make the reservation and plan the whole date. I'm not interested. Dating in Vancouver is the problem.
Ladies, the men have spoken. 400 of them, to be exact. And they love it when you approach. Not only do they love it when you approach, but they see you as so much more confident and attractive when you do. You are way more likely to meet a guy that you're into if you're willing to make the first move. Look, the Me Too movement was necessary and useful, but it also left a huge amount of men terrified of being seen as predators. If you were a sensible man, you'd agree, better safe than sorry. So now it's up to us women to make it safe for men to shoot their shot. You don't have to be aggressive about it. Just walk up to him, smile, say hi, and let him take it from there. So what are you waiting for?
So I just left the gym. Well, actually, I just left Whole Foods because I was grocery shopping, but I think I saw like the hottest guy I've ever seen in my life at the gym. And I was working out and he was like staring at me, and he was actually like down the treadmill, like 2 treadmills down. So then like I got off the treadmill and I went to the sauna, and then I saw him again. He came to the sauna. The whole time he was like staring at me and he did not say one word. And I'm just like, are you gonna say anything? Like, and I'm not like the kind of person to like approach or talk to a guy first. I know like a lot of girls do that. I just can't. Maybe that's why I'm still single. But men, like, seriously, if you're gonna like stare, like, why don't you say something? Like, what is wrong with men these days? Like, they'll stare at you, but they won't say anything. It's just so weird to me.
I personally don't think that treating women, particularly with respect and decency and kindness and blah, 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 should be a left-wing or right-wing thing. Just like I don't think that treating men with decency and kindness and love should be a particularly left-wing or right-wing thing. However, in the context of men acting this way, it's typically conservative traditional beliefs that underpin this behavior. I'm sorry it's this way. You've told all the liberal men that everything has to be 50-50 and that you want to be fully equal to him, and he's going to act that out. He's going to expect you to behave in such a way that demonstrates that. And fair enough, you've told him that's what you want. It's no wonder that fertility rates are falling. Everyone is insane. To be honest with you all as well, I think that the sort of social conditioning that I just described around male-female behavior is probably why a lot of men now actively do not want to approach women, and why women, the normal ones, are finding this very frustrating.
Sydney boys, I just have one question for you. What are you all doing on night outs? Because I went to a gig today, and in line, I heard this same conversation from girls in different age groups being like, I'm better off without him, he couldn't do this, he couldn't do that. And I'm like, surely Surely it can't be this bad, right? I walk into the gig. I'm with my friends for half of it. Then they leave. And I'm like, I'm going to stay. We're going to run some tests. I move around different spots. Not on my phone, making eye contact. Hell, I even smile at a man, okay? And what do I get? Nothing. Nada. No meet cute. And it baffles me because Sydney has some really attractive women. Guys, please, for the love of future generations, grow a pair of balls and just come say hello.
You know, something that I notice is I'll see a lot of women when they talk about dating and stuff, when they talk about meeting a man in the wild, right? They'll be like, men just don't approach me. I don't know why. And like, I have such a hard time meeting people that every time I go out and I want to meet someone in the wild, no one approaches me. And then it's like, I'm sure there's many reasons why each individual person won't approach you. But have you ever thought that maybe all the women online saying, leave women alone, we don't want to talk to you, stop approaching us and trying to get our numbers, leave us alone? Don't you think that maybe there's gonna be men that are gonna hear that and be like, oh, okay. And then when they go out, even if they want to approach a woman that is seeking for someone to approach them, they're like, nah, it's just better if I just don't even bother, because then I don't want her to get all upset or even go make a TikTok about it. Like, I'm just gonna not approach her because girls been screaming how they want to be left alone and don't want to get approached. But then I see women that are like, men never approach me. And again, I'm not saying that's necessarily the case for everyone. You know, like, I'm sure there's men that just, they're not interested. They're in a relationship and they're loyal, or they are intimidated. But I can't help but feel there is a huge demographic that women say they want to be left alone, so they leave them alone. Because when they see women preaching that, they're like, oh, let me leave her alone because she might be like one of those girls that say to leave them alone, so I'm just gonna leave them alone. You feel me? It's just an observation I'm making.
I have a question. If men are no longer coming up to women, if men are no longer reaching out from friends of a friend to find a wife, how are we supposed to be getting married? Through dating apps. And yes, I use dating apps like In Pairs. We love them. But what happened to the times where a man used to see you at the masjid and be like, yo, who is that sister? Let me go ask someone to ask someone to ask somebody if she's single, and if she is, let me talk to her mahram. Like, what happened to those days? What happens to them? What happened to them? I have started to realize that women are now the ones that do that. When I was in Korea, I witnessed it, a woman seeing a man that she thought was very attractive and her asking someone to ask someone to ask somebody to see if he was single. And when she found out he was, she was like, oh my gosh, please give him my number. I have found that women are now taking that approach, that more forefront approach, and I don't like it. Personally, I'm very pretty princess. You're gonna talk to me. I would never go up and talk to a man. No, we're not doing that. So it's like, why do men no longer do it? Tell me. I'm just so curious. And it's like, you can't say rejection. Rejection happens in all aspects of your life. That shouldn't stop you from taking a chance. You never know. I could be the one for you. Just come and have a talk.
So Gen Z isn't having any sex. And apparently this is like a really big question for the culture as to why it's not happening. And my question is, like, do any of you guys have friends? Like, have any of you guys sat down with a woman recently? Because I don't think I've had any casual conversation about dating with anyone my age with a woman, without her just like completely lamenting the dating prospects. Talking about how awful these men are. None of them are making any moves. When they do make a move, they want to take you on a date by like driving you around. They're completely addicted to pornography and want to reenact that with you. I put a lot of the blame on dating apps because I do think there's something about streamlining the dating process that made dating simultaneously seem more accessible, but actually completely inaccessible, because everyone is under the assumption that they just have like limitless options. There's always another fish in the sea. You can always go after another person. And men on some level are definitely trained to believe that like the more women that they have sex with and the more women that they have that are romantically interested around them, like that kind of like bolsters their reputation. So men have like a vested interest in trying to like maximize the amount of women that they have access to, which is obviously a huge turnoff if you are the woman who's interested in a man, if he's just like interested only in building a roster, basically like there's just a growing sex divide between men and women. I think porn is to blame and dating apps are to blame.